So give us something about real estate, Mr. Real Estate Agent 007. Okay, so here's how I feel about the current state of the real estate agent in the market and all things considered. For the past 2-3 years, most agents have been taking from the business and not putting much into the business. And because of that, there's a lot of thriving going on, but the market has changed now. So people are getting a little quieter. You're not seeing people as prevalent in public as they were before, a lot less dancing around on social media and stuff like that, because the market has changed. Everything has shifted. The business has slowed down. The whole approach to business has to change a little bit. On the other hand, there's agents that are still transacting. There's agents that are still getting listings. There's agents that are still posting their settlements, because those agents never stopped putting into the business. Even when times were booming and times were good, they just kept putting into the business. And of course, they're still seeing rewards of what they put in and getting a lot out of the business as well. Look, even myself, I made a commitment a few years back that I was going to be more of a player coach and more of a coach than a player, where I said, my role isn't to be as transactional, but I should still do, I don't know, 7 or 8 million every year just by working with my sphere of influence, helping friends and family, dealing with referrals. But right now, because that my strategy hasn't been to put into the business in that manner, my phone's not jumping with people saying, Kenyon, I need to sell my house. Kenyon, I'm looking to buy. Or my email's not going crazy, because that wasn't my strategy. I wasn't putting into the business to be transactional. Now, if I was planning on being a transactional agent at this point in my career, then absolutely, I would have never stopped putting into the business. And that's just simple. That goes back to the 6 phases of real estate mastery. Remember, you make that commitment, and phase 2 is 90 days of committed execution of whatever activity it is to equal results. And you have to keep doing that until you get into the flow state. You have to do that until you gain momentum. The problem is, nobody needed to commit to have momentum because we were in this crazy market. And now here we are, things are different. So what do you do now? What you do now is you have to go back to the basics. Right now, if I were you, I would go back to phase 1. And phase 1 is you have to make that commitment. Make that commitment on what activities you're going to do every single day to build your real estate career and bring value to the marketplace, bring value to your clients out there. Then 2, when you make that commitment and you state it, you have to get into your 90-day cycle. Because to be quite frank with you, the next 90 days could be rough. And the next 90 days is where you're gonna see a lot of people are not gonna make it out. I think that the next 90 days, the plan for a lot of people is survival. Survive and get through the next 90 days. Now, the people who are real business people, who are really good and dedicated and even may need to reassert themselves in this business, those are the people that are gonna spend the next 90 days putting in the work, committed to the activity, and learning and trying to grow as much as possible, even when there might not be much happening from a result standpoint, transactions, listings, and all those things. But at the end of those 90 days, if you survive and you put the work in, you're gonna be in your cycle. I think you're gonna be in a great place. I think that you're gonna see a lot of activity again. You're gonna see a lot of business flowing, a lot of happy faces, but you have to stay committed to that moving forward. So that's my take on the real estate world from an agent perspective, maybe the real estate world overall. Right now, you gotta understand, look, people don't know what's in the future. People don't know what the future is holding right now. There's people who don't wanna sell because they don't know if they're gonna have their job. There's people that don't wanna buy because things are changing for them. But I also do believe that real estate is such a great space because people are always looking to buy, sell, invest, or lease real estate. So you're in a good spot. So you do have to always keep your eye open to find those people. But in the meantime, I would just commit to the work. I would commit to the work, commit to doing the work, and survive over these next 90 days. And I think that you're gonna see some pretty great days ahead. It's gonna be a lot of brighter days ahead. So hope this helps. Stay super blessed.